Alright, fellow Zyuranger fans, time to take a look at the final episode of the day, which is Destroy the Dark Super Sword. A boy is yelling at bullies to return his hat to him, chasing them as Goshi sees the girl tell the boy Shigeru to defeat them. The bullies turn on Shigeru before running more with the hat, forcing the girl Ritsuko to go after them, forcing them to run. Goshi discovers the boy is being raised by his sister with her parents' death 3 years prior. Ritsuko admits that with his 10th birthday tomorrow, Shigeru has to be stronger just as Aunt and Uncle tell him to. Goshi states he believes in Shigeru and asks the girl asks Goshi to come to his birthday party before leaving. As the other Zyuranger arrive, Dan wonders why Goshi's down, with Mammoth Ranger explaining that Shigeru reminded him of his own lost parents, now he was raised by his sister who taught him the means of being a knight with her toughness. However, during Bandora's rebellion, Goshi's sister becomes felled by a squad of golems, telling her younger brother he has to fight for the world as a knight, as she forces him to run and she died for him to live. Feeling what happened, Goshi shows Sara what had happened. On the moon, Bandora realizes that the 10th birthday of Shigeru was mentioned before summoning Leprechaun to make a certain Dora monster, pitching through a book stating she's going to make his sister suffer and defeat the Zyuranger at the same time. When asking who the Zyuranger's leader was, Bookmark mentions Geki. Most of us said Goshi supports the team in its shadows, being the oldest and smarter than the others. Thus, defeating Mammoth Ranger will be the cause before revealing what she was looking for, a night monster. The next day, Shigeru celebrates his 10th birthday with his sister Ritsuko and Goshi while offering to give him a present, inviting him to the Zyuranger as Mia gives him a gift and his sister tells him he has to be strong now. The doorbell rings as 2 weird delivery men appear with a package his sister gives to Shigeru. Opening it, he finds a ball of clay which forms into a golem platoon that shoots the children away, and the Zyuranger fight before the delivery men block the duo off until Goshi punches both of them, reeling them as Toadpack and Bookback. Grovazora soon fights against Goshi, knocking him away as the group abducts Shigeru, forcing the Zyuranger to transform before they get shot at, forcing Goshi to free Shigeru's sister. Toadpack and Bookback hold the boy, with Bookback revealing he has a magic cloud that the 2 of them use to fly away with Shigeru, making Ritsuko panic until Goshi forces her to calm down as she asks them to save Shigeru. At the temple, Barza realizes that night as the full moon, as Goshi asks why. Barza reveals that if a boy who turns 10 on the full moon crafts a sword and which casts a curse on it, it will form into the most powerful sword of hell, Durandal. Barza warns them there is no legendary weapon that can stop it. That night, Toadpack and Leprechaun strike iron as they work on the sword, singing as they work with Bookback. As the sword nears completion, Leprechaun sees that Shigeru needs to strike the sword in order for it to transform into Durandal. As Pandora praises the full moon, she tells Shigeru to strike the sword, scaring him as the minions yell at him to do it until he's forced to do so alongside Leprechaun. At the light of the full moon, Shigeru begins to glow as the sword continues to form, with Pandora casting her spell, combining her magic with the innocent boy's aura to form the Durandal sword, making lightning strike the sword, completing its creation as it instantly destroys a tree. Dora Knight, the created Dora monster, takes the sword as Pandora tells him to defeat the Zyuranger with his new weapon. Without warning, Ritsuko hears a yell from her brother. Ranger as Goshi tries to chase after her. Ritsuko keeps following, hearing that it may be Shigeru, with the 2 continuing their pursuit until Mammoth Ranger suddenly struck, forcing him to hit back against a flail with his axe. Grovazor captures Ritsuko as Shigeru is chained to a nearby post. The knight seeing the siblings captured and Bandora cackling at Goshi's end. As he wonders why, Dora Knight appears with Durandal as she tells Toadpack to broadcast. At Shigeru and Ritsuko's house, the other Zyurangers see Pandora on TV, taunting them to watch Goshi be the first victim of Durandal as the Shaman Knight prepares to attack. He and Dora Knight begin their battle, Goshi being pushed back by the power of the knight and his super sword as his axe is shattered, forcing him to transform. He tries to attack with a Mothbreaker, but barely defends himself from Dora Knight before being kicked away and slashed by the power of Durandal. Toadpack broadcasts Goshi's failure as he wonders what he can do as the other Zyuranger panic elsewhere. Shigeru and Suka remind Goshi of his relationship with his sister to be strong, making him driven to save them as he leaps from Dora Knight It frees the other two from their chains and tells them to run. Corvusor soon appears throwing Goshi away as Geki tells his teammates to leap in a TB to save him. Doing so, leaving out the camera to their teammate. The team transforms and tries to fight Dora Knight, but Durandal's strength and the power of the Knight is too powerful for all of them, and so their weapons become instantly destroyed by the super sword as Dora Knight zaps them away. The fight then attempt the battle attack with their ranger guns, but Dora Knight swats it away. Angered and wanting the Juringer to suffer, Badora makes Dora Knight grow, forcing them to summon the guardian beasts and form into Daijujin. Badora Knight instantly slashes them, forcing them to summon Godhorn. Two starts to clash, but Durandal instantly rushes the Godhorn before striking the giant guardian down and stepping on it as Shigeru and Suko watch helplessly, and Badora yells at the knight to rip them apart. Blaming himself, Shigeru runs to confront the giant knight, telling him to stop and help the Jurangers. Dora Knight prepares to strike him down, but his aura stops the sword, freezing it. Goshi realizes that Durandal can't strike down the one who created it, and tells Skaggy to put Shigeru into Daijujin to defeat Dora Knight. May worries it's too dangerous to put a kid into the mecha, but Goshi claims he'll protect Shigeru and tells him to be brave as the mecha puts him into the mecha. With the power of Shigeru's aura, Godhorn is recharged and as it destroys Durandal before the super legendary lightning cut destroys Dora Knight, making Pandora run away in anger. With the battle over, Shigeru runs to Risuko as Goshi and the Juringer watch with delight. Aww. So anyway, let's take a look at some notes surrounding this episode. A snippet of Goshi fighting Dora Knight while untransformed in this episode appeared twice as a flashback in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It first appeared in this episode's adaptation Happy Birthday, Zack, where Dora Knight's counterpart, Nasty Knight, is said to have made Space Set of Planet Tomahawk 3's finest warrior. It appears again in Green with Evil Part 2, depicting a battle between Rita Pulse's Evil Knight and one of Zordon's soldiers. On this episode, Otome is the older sister to Goshi. Seiju Uman, who played Goshi, is 3 years older than Miwa Kanzaki, who played Otome on the show. Besides Dora Knight, the monsters' pictures in Pandora the Witch's Dora Monster Guidebook are Dora Sphinx, Dora Jin's Dora Jin form, Dora Cockatrice, and Dora Skeleton. There were also page glimpses for Fairy Dondon and Dora Minotaur. So far, I think this episode is pretty interesting, and yeah, and I think it was kind of interesting to learn more a bit about Goshi's backstory. So yeah. So overall, I give Destroy the Dark Super Sword 4 Megazords out of 5. But anyway, tune in more as we take the next episode, The Great Sneeze Plot. So until then, in the words of Zordon, may the power protect you.